individuals. So let's start with the Utah Jazz at the Denver Nuggets. I'm sorry, it's very close. It's a 3:30 tip-off, so it's a little bit close to the stream time. Utah's the hottest team in the NBA. They are just killing everyone, and I'm thinking about those playoff series prices as people are jumping on the Utah bandwagon, and there is a lot to like. I mean, so we see this line. It opened Jazz +1. Now it's Nuggets +2.5. And that's by virtue of how hot the Jazz are. Like Mike Conley, for all of the punchlines his contract created last year, he has one of the best plus minuses in the NBA. I don't know if it's like he's right there now, but he's among the league leaders. The same is true for Rudy Gobert and Quinn Snyder. He just has a way to really maximize every single player on this team. It's a well-run organization that even was able to withstand the change in ownership without a blip, although I do think they will eventually regret that Rudy Gobert contract. And like when people talk about what the Jazz's long-term abilities to contend in the West, they're like, oh, they have an answer for Anthony Davis in Rudy Gobert. And that's probably true. I mean, the league has suddenly gotten bigger, and a Jazz roster that seemed out of touch when the Warriors were running rampant over the league now seems a little bit prescient and prepared to take on the Titans of both conferences. Now that we see some of the Eastern teams and Jokic ascend, but there is a fatal flaw in it. Who are the best players in the league right now? Granted, I'll probably put Anthony Davis in the one spot. That's just me. But LeBron, Kawhi, KD, these are the guys who dominate the ball and swing games in the NBA Finals, the Western and Eastern Conference Finals. And look at this Jazz roster. Do you see a perimeter defender able to match up with any of these guys? What, you're throwing Royce O'Neal? He's undersized. You're throwing Bogdanovich? He can't defend them. You're throwing Derek Favors? No, you don't have an option. If your rotation would be vastly improved by adding a rugged, versatile defender like a Stanley Johnson type, I'm not really going to be bullish on your long-term prospects. And that being said, they're playing Denver. In Denver, they're able to test this hypothesis for me today because I mentioned all these great shot-creating forwards. And does Denver have a great shot-creating forward? Did Michael Porter Jr. put up 30? Are they really struggling to incorporate Jamal Murray because he might be the most talented scorer on the Nuggets team? I don't see an answer for him on this Jazz lineup defensively. I think the teams are pretty even without that. They're both like amazingly coached. Malone, Snyder, both should be in the Coach of the Year category basically every year. But I really don't see them any accounting for that variable on the Jazz. How do you match up with perimeter players on the opposition? How do Durant and Kawhi and LeBron not really torch you guys? And I think that's just something I was thinking about all day yesterday. And I don't really look ahead at the schedule. I look in the morning. Those are the games I'm going to talk about. And I was so excited to see Michael Porter matched up against Utah. And that being said, I'm going to take Denver with the small forward apocalypse hypothesis here. That's why I think maybe Denver and maybe Phoenix are a little bit built to go further in the playoffs than their competitors in the middle of the East. Ooh, we've got a bot talking to me.